Hello again, class. So for this unit, I wanted to look a little bit more closely at the development of universities and the impact that that had on culture and society in medieval Europe. So shorter reading for this unit, just looking at really one subchapter or one subheading in the Bennett book, and then a reading on Blackboard. So, what we're looking at here is the movement away, baby steps at first, but the beginning of the movement away from having the church control knowledge and education. These universities that get established during this period certainly do have a strong religious bent, but they are not themselves run by the church. And in addition to preparing people for the priesthood, they're also preparing people for careers as bureaucrats, as lawyers, a whole slew of new literate professions that didn't really exist earlier in the medieval period. There was no lawsuit, in the year 500. You just put an axe through the head of the guy that you didn't like. Now, that there's the development of commerce, that there's the development of business, there's a legal and social framework that goes with that requires people that can read and write. So that's what we're seeing here. And the online reading takes you particularly inside one of these campuses, and introduce you to a promising young student named Abelard, and the young girl that he starts tutoring named Heloise. And I think that's interesting that you see, out of the many things that college is associated with nowadays, partying and meeting people of the opposite, partying with and meeting people of the opposite sex is certainly, part of the draw of the college experience. So here we have a young couple that meets, and looks a little bit through how that plays out. Hopefully, your relationships that you have in your lives have a happier ending than these two run into. So again, shorter, but we're focusing more on kind of again the cultural impact of all this. So enjoy the readings. Any questions you have, please ask them on the discussion board. Right? Enjoy.